Y'all, okra is having a moment. It really is. And I'm actually really surprised. I grew up eating okra. I don't, I'm not crazy about okra, but I grew up eating it. And it is having such a moment on social media. If you didn't know, by the way, this is okra. This is how the vegetable looks. And it's interesting when you chop it up, it kind of makes these like geometrical little sort of shaped little pieces, right? But people are turning it into like a water, okra water. And they're saying that drinking okra water can literally like change your life. We're talking about increased vaginal lubrication, help with any digestive issues, hasten labor, help with ovulation, hydrate you, help with your blood sugar, and like so many other things. So you know I'm gonna tell you if I think it does these things. But let me first tell you some of the health benefits of okra, and then we're going to talk about how people are making the okra water, in case you feel so inclined. And by the way, if you're already doing this, because people have already started commenting on my social media saying that they like to get their fiber, hint, hint, okra has fiber. They like to get their fiber from okra, etc. But write in the comments, do you drink okra water? How do you make yours? What do you use it for? What do you think it helps you with? Okay, you get the deal. Okay, but okra is a vegetable. Is it a healthy thing? Yeah, yeah, it is. I mean, so long as it's not like battered, battered and fried, it's a vegetable. So there's a lot of great things that okra has that's really going to be really great for our bodies just because, well, veggies are good for us, right? So it's got, what does it have? It has antioxidants, always good for the most part. It's got fiber. Oh, so helpful. And I think this is probably where the digestion stuff comes in, where people talk about the digestion stuff. Fiber, it's got, of course, lots of vitamin. I said vitamin. Of course, it's got lots of vitamins and minerals, which is also very important. And just other stuff. Okay, so veggies equal good. All right. Now let's talk about how people are making okra water. And by the way, I have looked on TikTok and other places. The recipes are pretty elaborate. I mean, some people, well, let me start with like the most basic recipe or way that I've seen is basically you just chop up some okra, you throw it in some water and you like let it sit overnight. Okay. What's interesting, and I actually think it seems kind of gross, but the liquid, the okra water, actually is pretty viscous. It can seem almost slimy. I almost let it do this. It's just not appealing to me. It's just not. I mean, I'm not crazy about okra anyway, and then like slime. I'm not great with slime. Okay, and then like slimy water. I'm like, just look up some of these videos. Don't look it up now. Finish this video first. But like it's very viscous, the liquid, okay, and it can be kind of slimy and dense. All right, but I give a lot of credit to all the TikTokers and social media folks out there who are really jazzing it up. I have seen people make okra water infusing strawberries and other berries and a little bit of sugar and maybe some cranberry juice and this and that to sort of infuse it with some additional flavors and fruits and things like that. Okay. Of course, anytime we do that, we have to be careful of sugars, right? It may not have the same full healthful benefits if we're dumping a lot of sugar in it, but like certainly adding other fruits and stuff to it could make it, give it a little bit of life. All right. So that's that. Now let's talk about what it does and what it doesn't do. First of all, I should say that there's not a lot of studies. There's some animal studies that I've seen about some of these claims, but the truth is we don't have a lot of good data about this. So the first one I'm going to talk about is vaginal lubrication, because people are out here like wilding out saying that drinking okra water is going to get you a WAP, a WAP. I'm not going to say the phrase because it doesn't feel right saying that out loud. Do people even say a WAP? I don't know. Anyway, point being is they say it helps with vaginal lubrication. I don't know that it really does this. I mean, I don't know. We have studies that says it does this. What I will say though is if you feel like it helps you, I'm like, eh. By the way, do you feel like it helps you? Let me know. Does it help hasten labor or help with ovulation? Oh, these I'm going to say probably not. I'm not aware of any studies that suggest it does this. And you can imagine how like kind of a bit of a stretch it may seem that something like okra water would help with this. I mean, if okra water actually did help with this, I would hope we would know and we would be prescribing it to help when we needed help with it in the hospital. moving aside. A lot of people are using it for their blood sugar. Not sure about this one either, okay? Again, if you feel like it helps, then okay, that's really something. But I don't know that we have any good data that says that it really does this. Now, GI health, moving on to this one, okay? I know you're probably like, she doesn't like anything natural. She's just a doctor trained in Western medicine, and she's big pharma. No, it's just we go based on data, right? And saying that we don't have a lot of data that says this is the case doesn't mean that we're saying it's not the case. It means that we just don't necessarily know it to be the case. But it's actually very important. It's a very important distinction. I'm not making light of it because it actually is important. Now, GI health, though, this is something, y'all, I can get behind. Because remember I said okra has fiber in it. It does, okay? And fiber, what is fiber? One of the things fiber is good for is our GI system and bowels and stuff like that. And you're drinking that water, I could see it helping you go. I could see it helping. Okay. And like, look, if you're asking me, well, Dr. Jen, did you try the okra water? No. Honestly, I have a hard time thinking about imagining this okra water because of the sliminess. Now, if you guys are going to say, well, how do you even know these things because you haven't tried it? No. I'm speaking as a doctor. I'm not, that sounded obnoxious. No. What I'm trying to say is I'm not giving you a consumer review. This is not a consumer review that I'm giving you. So when you go on TikTok and stuff and people are like, ooh, I took this and it did this for me, that's not what I'm doing. I'm not here to give you my review. And I also don't recommend taking your guidance from other consumer reviews because something happened with one person doesn't mean it's going to happen with another. What I'm telling you is from a medical standpoint, what we know and what we don't know. And that exists regardless of whether I try it or not. Okay. So don't be upset because I haven't tried it, because that's actually not what this video is. It's not my take or what it did for me. It's what we scientifically know about it and what we don't. Okay. But maybe I will do a video trying it. Hydration. People say it helps keep them hydrated. Well, one thing I can say is that you drink it if you're, I mean, it's okra water hydration. So, I mean, I'm sure that it's going to help with hydration because, there's water in it. So that's a win-win. And other things, again, not a lot of evidence. What I would say, though, if you're like, well, look, I like my okra water, you know what I would say? I'd say that's actually pretty awesome because we're not talking about something, we're talking about something that's all natural. It's a vegetable. You're never going to hear me say, don't eat your vegetables. And if you happen to like to soak them in water and make a viscous liquid, even though I'm not quite there yet, I'm not going to tell you you can't. I don't see why trying okra water would be a problem for most people who want to try it. And remember, there's a lot of nutrition in there. So even though I'm not convinced it does all the things that we say it does, although I do think it helps with hydration, it probably does help with bowels and GI stuff, doesn't mean that you shouldn't try it or use it if you like it. So there we be. I'm Dr. Jen Caudle, practicing family physician, on-air health expert, and video creator. I'd love to know what you think. Please let me know right in the comments. And on Facebook, please follow my page, like my page as well. On YouTube, please subscribe and click the little bell for updates. I'm on TikTok, WhatsApp, etc. at Dr. Jen Caudle. Please check me out there. Also, go to my website, www.drjencaudle.com, so you can sign up for my free health newsletter. Guys, I love you. Happy okra. Maybe I'll do a video on the okra. I don't know. I'll think about it. Should I do a video on drinking okra water?